In the heart of a bustling city stood a mansion so grand it seemed to touch the sky. Its walls were white as pearls, its gates adorned with gold, and its gardens bloomed with flowers from faraway lands. Within this palace of luxury lived Ariana, the daughter of one of the city's wealthiest families. She was born with silk in her hair and diamonds in her crib, a girl meant to marry into even greater riches. But fate, cruel and playful, had other plans. Across the street, just outside the mansion gates, sat a boy in torn clothes. His name was Ravi, a beggar whose life had been nothing but hunger and dust. His parents had died when he was only 8, leaving him to roam the streets alone. Yet even in his ragged state, Ravi carried something rare, a pair of bright, hopeful eyes and a smile that refused to fade. Every day, Ariana saw him from her window, and every day Ravi watched her from the gate. They were from two worlds, hers draped in silk, his soaked in mud, but their hearts began to beat in secret harmony. One monsoon evening, as the sky wept over the city, Ariana saw Ravi shivering outside the gate. Without a second thought, she ran outside with an umbrella, her silk dress soaking instantly in the downpour. "Why do you sit here every day?" she asked, her voice soft, curious. Ravi looked down, ashamed of his dirt-caked feet. "Because you smile at me sometimes." Ariana's cheeks warmed, but she didn't step back. "That's not a reason to sit in the rain. It's the only reason I have." That night, they spoke for the first time. A rich girl and a beggar boy, laughing under a broken umbrella. It was the start of something fragile, forbidden, and beautiful. As days passed, Ariana started sneaking out to meet Ravi. They sat by the roadside, shared stories, and sometimes Ariana would bring him bread and fruits wrapped in silk napkins. Ravi, in return, taught her how to fold paper birds and whistle like the sparrows. But love between silk and shadow is never simple. Rumors spread like wildfire through the mansion. The rich daughter had been seen laughing with a street beggar. Ariana's father, furious, forbade her from leaving the house. Ravi was chased away with sticks and stones. But love is stubborn. Love finds a way. One night, Ariana crept out through her window, her heart pounding like thunder. She found Ravi waiting at the old banyan tree where they used to meet. His clothes were torn worse than before, his cheek bruised. "Why do they hurt you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "Because I love you," Ravi replied. "And beggars aren't supposed to love princesses." Ariana took his hand. "Then I'll be a beggar too." Tears filled Ravi's eyes, joy, fear, and disbelief swirling together. But the world is cruel to lovers who cross their lines. Ariana's brother, Rohit, discovered their secret meetings. Enraged, he dragged Ariana home and had Ravi beaten until blood stained the earth. Ariana screamed, begged, but no one listened. That night, her father arranged her engagement to a wealthy businessman's son, a man with power, pride, and no heart. Ravi, broken and barely breathing, vanished from the streets. Ariana stopped smiling. Years passed. Ariana's wedding day arrived, a grand affair with silk, gold, and jewels. Yet beneath the heavy veil, her eyes were empty. As the rituals began, a commotion broke out at the gate. A figure stood there, tall, scarred, but unmistakable. It was Ravi, no longer a beggar, but a man dressed in simple yet clean clothes. Rumor had it he had worked on ships, fought storms, and built his life from nothing. He stood there, holding a single red rose. Ariana's heart raced. In that moment, wealth meant nothing. Love, raw and real, burned brighter than gold. Before the final vows could be spoken, Ariana stepped back. "I can't do this," she said, her voice trembling but sure. Her father's face turned red with rage, but Ariana no longer cared. She ran from the altar, barefoot and wild, until she reached Ravi. In front of the whole city, she took his hand. "I choose you," she said. The crowd gasped. A rich girl choosing a beggar, a scandal, a sin, a story for the ages. But to Ariana and Ravi, it was just love. Ariana left behind her mansion, her silks, her jewels. She and Ravi built a small shop by the edge of the city, where they sold paper birds and fresh flowers. They were poor, sometimes hungry, but always together, laughing in the rain, just like they had that first night. Some called her foolish, some called him lucky, but they knew the truth. Love isn't about gold or silk. It's about choosing someone every single day, no matter the dirt, no matter the sky.